Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we are doing a garage tour. This of course being my supercar garage. Now before we go any further, I'd just like to apologise for not uploading in the last month or so, and that's because I've been trying to get this garage sorted so I can do a video on it, grind money, get the cars I want, etc. But here we are now, so let's just get straight into the video. Of course, here on the bottom floor, these are my newer style supercars, the ones that came out with the recent DLCs. Of course, here we have the Chevelle Type-On, a very new supercar. I just love the look of this thing. Of course, been off that Hennessy Venom, the newer one, which is a very nice looking car, and it looks very nice in game. Now, I do know this is not the fastest car, along with the new Entity and all the cars released with this DLC. But I just love the look of these things, so I had to pick them up. As you can see, the doors on this are very unique, and I just love the car for that. Of course, here we have the Entity, as I was going on about a minute ago. Now, the front of this car I really like, of course, based off that Agera, the Koenigsegg Agera. A very nice, beautiful looking car in game and in real life. The doors kind of disappointed me with this car. If you saw my live stream, if you could have saw my face, I was very disappointed with the doors on that vehicle, because if you know the Koenigsegg's in real life, they have some nice doors that kind of go out and then go up. Unfortunately, we don't get that with the new Entity, but we do get something similar with this overfloored here, which is of course the Autarch. And here is probably my favourite supercar in the game, the Osler XA21. Now this car is just beautiful. Everything from the engine, the look, the sound and the spoiler, just this car is incredible. I'll let you listen to the sound right now. As you heard, this car, it sounds very nice. It is such a unique car, and that is why it's my favourite supercar in the game. Now going on further, here we have the Coil Cyclone. Now this is of course based off the Rimac Concept 1, an electric supercar. Now of course it is also electric in game. As you can hear, there is no sound at all, just a little click to turn the engine on, or the battery should I say. And here we have the Grotti Vision. Now I have no idea what this car is based off. I know it's some type of Ferrari, and at the back it kind of looks like a McLaren P1, but to be honest guys, I'm not sure what this car is based off at the front, or where it takes most of its elements from. It's kind of more of a show off car, to be perfectly honest with you, but it's just a very nice looking car. That's why it's in my garage. Now going up to the second floor, this is kind of my Pegassi and Progen floor, of course being Lambo and McLaren. Of course here we have the first vehicle, which is of course the Pegassi Reaper. This car just looks incredible, and yes, I know it's not very good performance wise, but the looks of this car is just what set it off for me and made me purchase one. It is such a nice looking car. Of course here we have the, what is this thing? I forgot what it's called. It's one of my favourite supercars in the game, but it's just gone out of my head. I do apologise. I just can't remember the name of that thing, but it's a very nice looking car. Of course here we have the Vaca, of course based off that Lamborghini Gallardo. Not a very fast car, but a very nice looking car. Now also a very nice looking car, here is the Zentorno, a old school vehicle that everyone used to own in GTA Online. Now fun fact about this car, this is my first supercar that I brought in game, and for that reason I'm never getting rid of this thing. It is always staying in this garage. Here we have the Osiris, of course, based off that Pagani Huayra. It has very nice doors, and it looks very nice, of course. It's not very fast. It just gets destroyed by the newer vehicles, of course, but it's just such a nice looking car. And here we have the two McLarens slash Progens. Of course, here we have the Progen Tyrus, of course based off that McLaren F1. From the inside you can tell what it is. It is a race car, of course. It's a very nice looking car, I do have to admit. I tried to make it as civilian as possible, and you'll see that with some of the other vehicles upstairs that I'll get to in a minute. But here of course we have the Progen T20, and of course this has the spoiler, which is very nice, and that's probably one of my favourite features about that car. So that is the second floor there guys, my McLaren slash Lambo garage. And up the top I do have to apologise, this is a bit of a mess to be honest with you. These are kind of leftover supercars that didn't really fit into any of the floors on the bottom two floors. Here we have the Turismo R. Now this car, I've got to admit, I don't really use it that often, but it is a nice looking car, a nice supercar, of course, a old school supercar, so that is why it is in my garage. Of course, based off some type of Ferrari, and this is also based off a Ferrari, the X80. I was about to say X21, but no, the X80. This car is a spaceship. Just look at the inside of this car. Everything about this car screams the future, and that is what I love about this car. Is, of course, newer vehicles that are coming out in this DLC are also very futuristic, and the X80 isn't really that special, but back in the day when it came out, it was very unique and there was nothing like it. Of course, here we have the Wagner, I do believe, the Dacia Wagner, of course based off the Aston Martin Valkyrie, a very nice car in real life, and if you want a car for racing, that is your go-to car right there. Of course, here we have the Vapid FMJ, of course based off the Ford GT and also an Aston Martin Vulcan at the front. As you can see, those are my two Aston Martin supercars. Now, as you can see, it is very Ford GT-ish, but it does take some resemblance from the Aston Martin. That is why it's a green. Here we have the Travade Nero. Now, this is of course based off the Bugatti Chiron, and this car just looks incredible. I've tried to go for that Bugatti look, of course, with the cream interior and the ultra blue and the darker blue on the back. This is the normal version, if you're wondering, not the Benny's version. I do like the spoiler on the normal version, so that is why I did not upgrade it to the Benny's version. Now, here we have the last two supercars, the two vehicles from the Cunning Stunts update. The first one being the RE7B. I only bought this car recently, and I know it's not very fast anymore, but I thought I'd buy it anyway because I needed something to fill this spot. And we also have the ETR1 here, of course based off that Lexus LFA. A very nice car in real life. Unfortunately, you can't remove this race car wide body. I kind of wish you could, but I've tried to make it as civilian as possible, of course. It's still a nice looking car, don't get me wrong. It's just a little disappointing that you can't remove all this race car elements from the car. So that is my 20 car supercar garage, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know in the comments what you think of my garage, and make sure to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for more S8 Supersport Series DLC uploads, stuff on the cars, stuff on the races, anything you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. Do you want to see more garage tours like this? Of course, I do have a sports and sports classic and even an off-road garage. If you'd like to see them, let me know in the comments. But as I was saying, make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.